next. Module 2 is heal from the past. Now, take as many deep breaths as you need. Pause me as many times you need. All right? But you make sure you come back because past hurts can be really, really stressful. It could be a lot. But we're going to go in. We're going to tap into it. All right. So we all have had those moments in our past that we have held on to that affect our life now, either in a positive way or a negative way. And as soon as you read that title for this module, Healing from the Past, those moments automatically surface to the top. And whether it was death, childhood trauma, a memory from school, a boyfriend, husband, mother or father, it was a hurt that you had that you may very well didn't heal from. You just pushed it and it kept surfacing, but every time it surfaced, you push it to the side. So in the first question I want to ask is, what are some past situations that has caused you to be stuck? Keep you from being confident in what you know you should be doing. And why do you feel they're hindering you? Okay. So I will give an example of a past situation that had me stuck was basically becoming a young mom. Because I then, I was told, and I still feel like it's very important. My children are very, 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 very important to me. Don't get me wrong. But I was told it doesn't matter how I feel or what I want to do anymore. It's all about the child. And with me, I took that as drop everything. Absolutely drop everything. Like, my mom and dad divorced when I was probably like 10, 11 years old. And it was a lot for me because I went from a 2-parent home to basically my mom worked and I kept my siblings. And so when I became my own mom, I thought what I'd done with my siblings was what I was supposed to do with my children. And so it didn't matter about what I wanted to do. It's about my child and what everybody else wanted, because I'm a natural giver. So even in life, a long time, I thought everybody was like me. I thought everybody was a natural giver, a natural lover, a natural, here, yes, what you need, type of situation. And never at any point thought about anything I ever wanted. So yeah, my mom and dad divorcing, that bothered me. That is a past trauma, that childhood trauma that bothered me. My nana, who, before my mom and dad divorced, I was with her majority of the time because of the way they worked. When she passed away, unexpected, like it was like find out she was sick, and then next thing you know, she's gone 10 days later. Whew, honey, that's still a grieving that I still am affected by in a major way, because that, in my mind, she was mama. And I felt like she was gone way too soon. Now, could I have spoke about this before? No. Could I even have said Nana out my mouth? No. Would I even allow anybody to say her name around me without me shutting them down and saying, don't talk about her, don't say her name? You couldn't say her name around me. We couldn't do none of that. Absolutely not. That stuff bothered me because at the time, although my dad worked and my mom worked, they was trying to provide, but at the same time, all I knew was my nana was my mama. And so when they divorced, I didn't see her like that. And so that was a huge hit for me. And then when I went and moved with my mom after the divorce, it was just me stepping into a role that my nana gave me. Mom was mom, but I took care of the siblings. And so then I went from taking care of the siblings, doing and being the best Jamisi that I know possible, because the expectation of me was to, go to school and get great grades. And I did that. And so then when I became pregnant, it was, what? So I just automatically went into that role of being a mother, what I knew to do, from what my nana gave me to what I did with my siblings to this is just what it is. Never did y'all see Jamesia anywhere? Did you see Jamesia evolve anywhere in that? No. Absolutely not. But I became able to press past the hurt that I had in those seasons. I became able to press past how I felt family should have been to me in those seasons. I was able to heal and actually grieve from what I felt, what from me missing my nana. I was able to actually say her name. I was able to actually, be able to be in a conversation where her name came up. But I think what broke for me, it was like I was sitting there saying, I can't. Anytime I had something going on, I was able to talk to my nana about it. And then with her not being here anymore, it was like, well, what do I do? How do I deal with anything type of situation? It broke for me. What actually broke for me was when I sat there and I had a situation going on and I can't remember what it was. But all I know is I had to get to my nana. At this point, my nana had been passed away she had been passed away for at least 7 years, 7, 8 years at this point. 7, 8 years she had been gone. All I know is I had to get to her. So I went to her burial site because all I needed to do is just be close to her. If I could have just been close to her headstone, like her headstone, that means I was close to her body. So that means I could have got what I needed from her. So I went out there and I'm looking and I knew where she was at the time. Matter of fact, I was pregnant with my first child when she passed away. So that lets you know she never had an opportunity to meet any of her great grandkids, actually. But yeah, so I was pregnant with her when she first passed away. So a few years later, I was in this really dark place and I had to get to her. Like She's gone. She's passed away. I had to get to her. Whatever it took, I had to get to her. I stopped whatever I do. I think I was at work that day. I left and went to the burial site. Couldn't find her. My dad lives in New Jersey. So when my mom and dad divorced, he moved to New Jersey. So I'm calling him. Where's Nanny? Where's she at? I can't find her. Did y'all move her? I was hysterical. I was bothered because all I needed was her. Couldn't nobody here help me because I didn't really trust to talk to anybody because no one ever really listened to what I had to say. So she was the only person that could have helped me. Long story short, I found her. I mean, I'm looking for her for over an hour at her burial site. All I needed to do was get her. When I got to her, I laid across that by her headstone, and I cried. And I cried for hours. And I sat there and I was just, I just need you. I just need you. Why did you leave me? And and she passed away from ovarian cancer. And I said it was really, really abrupt. But I was just like, why did you leave me? You all I had. And then after crying for such a long time, like my dad was like, listen, I done called your uncle, tell him come get you, type of thing. Just like, leave me be. I just needed the help to find her. But once I did that outpouring, that cry out, and I lay there, and there was a peace that came over me because that's what she gave me. There was a peace that came over me, and that I could not explain. I absolutely could not explain. But then I was so much more free. So it was a past hurt that I was able to get past because I acknowledged it. Because before, I wouldn't acknowledge it. Nah, you ain't about to talk about her around me. You ain't about to say her name. I was like that with my aunts and uncles when they wanted to talk about their own mother. I'm like, nah, no. Y'all want to talk about her? You wait till I leave. We're not doing it. No. They knew. So it got to the point they knew. Now, we ain't going to talk about it right now because Jamisa, you're here. But after that outpouring, acknowledging and being in that space and pushing, I was able to actually be able to be more free. I knew it went from her leaving me to I know she's helping guide me. So I know she know what I'm going through and she understands. And okay, what would she say in this time? It allowed me to, when my kids went through or had something going on, or I was able to say, now what would she do? Those things that she put in me when I was younger, I couldn't have certain TV time. Every Sunday going to a baseball game, to making me read the Bible. After I got done with my homework, I had to read her the Bible. Those things were in me. And so that's what I pulled from it. No, I'm no longer like, she's not with me. I'm more of the things the value she brought to me when she was here. Okay. But I had to acknowledge that past. But I had to push past that pain. And so that's the next thing I want to bring up, perseverance. All right. In order to get through this past hurt, the trauma, the death that you experienced in your family, someone close, the situation where it caused you and your husband, you and your boyfriend to break up, or a situation where that mother-daughter relationship is just not that great. You have to be steadfast in doing something despite the difficulty or delay in achieving the success. You have to be steadfast and push past the difficulty. So a lot of times with the difficult things, you will sit in it because it just feels like it's just way too hard. Or you don't really know the steps to take to get past that difficult place. So you just leave it there. And so that's why the hurt's still there. That's why you're still sitting with that trauma that although it's painful, although it was terrible, but all things can be, you can get through all things, regardless of how severe or regardless of how little small it is. You can get through absolutely all things, but it's going to take you being intentional to push past those things. Did I seriously, if I would have asked somebody, I really miss my Nana, I don't know what to do, what do you think she should, what do you think I should do? I don't know what to do, I need help. I think I'm just going to go to her burial site and cry out and lay on her burial site and just try and just lay there. If I would have said that to someone 9.9 times out of 10, they would have been like, girl, you crazy. Why would you do that? That don't even make sense. If I would have went off of what someone else's opinion of what I should do, I would have still been stuck in the hurt from her death. Not allowing anyone to say her name. Not allowing anyone to hold a conversation. But because I knew what I needed to do, regardless of how crazy it sounded or crazy I felt at that moment, walking around for over an hour trying to find my Nana's gravesite. But that crazy thing is the very thing that helped me. I persevered. I was steadfast. I was determined that I'm not leaving until I find her. I'm not leaving here until I find her. I need her. I got to have her. So you have to be that determined that I have to heal. I have to get past this. Now, does it take you getting past it, doing it in a way that that's not what the, quote unquote, right way to what people say? It may take a radical way for you to get past this hurt, but we got to get past it. So, in this moment, I really want you to write down the things that have been affecting you that you know you absolutely have to get past. I want you to take a deep breath. I want you to write it down because we will persevere to get past these things because there's no other option. We have to. In order for us to truly tap into who we are, as what we spoke of in the first module, we have to go all the way there. We have to go there. It got so real for me with my Nana. I was sitting, if I was in a grocery store, I would go in a grocery store. And I promise you, I would see somebody and look just like her. And I'd just be like, I felt like she was telling me, listen, girl, I'm here with you, but calm down, relax. Because that's how she talk to me. I promise you, I would see her looking at me in a store. That's how real it was. Like, I got to deal with this. I got to. I have no other choice. So write those things down because we are going to persevere and we're going to get past those difficult things. Those difficult things are very well or could be hindering you. All right. My Nana represented peace in my life. That's just her. That's how she was. She never raised her voice. She was very stern, but she never raised her voice. She meant what she said. She said what she meant, type of thing. And anything that was bothering, it's okay, baby. That's how she was. It's okay. Now, what we gonna do? What you think we should do? That's how she. Now, what do you think we should do? And so she allowed me to have the options to press past those situations. So now here I am. Now that I tapped into that piece of knowing, although she's not here physically with me, she is very well here with me, like in her spirit. I'm good. So now when I get overwhelmed in situations, it's a way that she helps me. She absolutely helps me. And I appreciate that with her. So I no longer sit in stuff. Like now I'm more of the person who, okay, this is how I rationalize. Okay, that didn't work. All right, so what do I do next? You see what I'm saying? From those questions she used to ask me, it's now that's in me to say, okay, I need to do something different. What am I going to do? What am I going to do different? Yeah. Those teachable moments, because that's what she put in me. Those teachable moments. All right. All right, we're going to move a little different, but I'm not stopping. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep moving, keep going. That's just what we're going to do, because what are the other options? To sit in it? We sat too long. We have sat in the hurt in the past way too long. It happened. But now we are going to be so much stronger, because we're now going to allow ourselves to heal. We are now going to allow ourselves to stop giving ourselves guilt for a situation that we had no control over. It wasn't your fault. You was put in something, and you was volunteered to be in a situation that you had no idea that you was going to be in, nor did you want to be. But that doesn't mean it was your fault. That means now we're here. Now we're here, and now we're moving past it. You're so much stronger from it. All right. So now is the time. This doesn't mean that the past isn't real. It just simply means it's time to persevere. Okay. So our affirmations, again, what I say, we have our affirmations. So for module 2, we will affirm ourselves, and then we explain what it means to us. You should be with me on module 2 affirmation page. And so the first affirmation is, I will push past my past. And we're going to say that until we go from I will push past my past to I will push past my past. Because why not? Don't you deserve? Because now we know who we are. You deserve to push past that past and get to exactly where you need to be in your life. All right? And affirmation 2 is I am healed. I wasn't healed for a long time. Like for a long time. That thing, you say my Nana or her first last name, her government name. It was automatic tears. Don't say her name around me. You're not about to do that to me. I was blaming other people. You don't get it right. Where they were already in that place. They had already gotten to their healing. I hindered my own healing because I didn't want to press through the fact that she's no longer here. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to acknowledge it. So I hindered myself. But once I pressed past and did that radical thing by laying out there on her burial site just to feel like I was close to her body, I was able to press pass. And that's what we're going to do. So, module 2, commitment assignment. All right. All right. Don't forget to take a deep breath if you need to. Module 2, a commitment assignment. Your commitment assignment is journal each day about situations where you stopped yourself because it triggered a past situation. Did you press past it? Some triggered. That baby daddy called. And all those feelings you had for him triggered something. And so you didn't answer it. But why not? Press past it so that that relationship with that baby daddy and that child can do what it do, because it ain't about you nor him anymore. Press past it. Is that a situation for you? So any situation that is our past hurt, we need to get it down. Now, let me go back, because I said I'm the challenger coach. Let me go back. Be real. Don't act like that's not a situation. Be absolutely real with yourself. We are being honest and open. So we need to make sure we are indicating those real situations that is causing a no. For you to get the defense, a moment that causes you to get on the defensive about something that people are what's wrong with you? They have absolutely no idea why you respond the way you respond to certain situations. They don't know that that's a past situation, past hurt inside of you that you haven't released yet. Write it down so that when we come together later and go over some things and talk about it one-on-one, that you can be able to acknowledge it, and we can push past. And then you could do whatever you need to do to get past it. But we're going to get past that part. All right. So let's go.